So hey guys, it's Ziant again, and look at this, Battlefield 3, and look at this, 2 videos in 2 days, woo, doing something right, finally. I'm trying, or going to try, to do what Culprit did with his early channel and upload a number of videos, one a day, every day for however many days I can conceivably do it. 30 for me seems to be a good goal. Whether or not I'll actually complete said goal is, I don't know, but I'm going to make my best effort to do so. Though, that's not the topic of this commentary, that's just the intro. So let's get into what I actually want to talk about. When I think about YouTube and how to grow a channel, one of the best advice you'll ever get is to be consistent with your uploads. One a day is good for a beginning channel that doesn't have, too much traffic, there's not much going into it, what have you. It's good to have one a day just so you're constantly putting out content, people always see you, and you can build a fairly good following that way. And I mean, in today's YouTube scene, you need help from a bigger channel to grow anywhere, and even the biggest channels from the early days didn't get anywhere without some sort of assistance. But in the recent light of some of the DLC talks Culprit's had recently, I thought about consistency in game design and DLC and within a series, and specifically Call of Duty and Battlefield. Not that the order matters, because with both series there's a desire to maintain a certain consistency to the formula. They're first-person shooters. The guns should feel a certain way. The vehicles or kill streaks should feel a certain way, and the maps should be a certain style. And if that pattern is broken through some method, people aren't happy, and they're not happy in a big way because there's a lot of people. And even though a lot of times the loudest voices are in the minority, it's those loud voices that get heard, and those loud voices that cause progress. I think the huge debate over whether Ghost in Call of Duty was an overpowered perk became such a polarizing issue that Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer split it into 2 perks, and then Treyarch doubled that into 4 perks, and I may be missing something. I haven't followed the perk balance that closely. And in Battlefield, consistency is literally at the weapon level. Every single assault rifle, barring a couple exceptions, use a 25 to 17 maximum to minimum damage model. The only real difference is their handle. And so DICE has this very difficult task because they're not really changing how the weapon does damage. They're not changing the netcode of the game. They're changing the recoil pattern, whether it's up or down, side to side, what attachments do, blah blah blah. And when a designer is unwilling to create some variety in his mechanics, in this case weapon mechanics, I feel like they pigeonhole themselves into a very specific type of design. Because in Battlefield Bad Company 2, I know that a lot of the assault rifles did similar amounts of damage, but the damage model was varied. Without an actual stat sheet in front of me, I can't verify this, but I think the M16A2 and the M416 did different amounts of damage. And in this game, the M16A3 and A4, the burst and automatic variant, and the M416 are identical in damage models, but DICE, in order to balance the guns, or attempt to balance the guns, have changed the recoil patterns, which is fine, within the game. That's how they've built these. That's how they've built Battlefield 3. But at the same time, when you have only one area to really change, not counting attachments, there's not really much you can do. Now, of course, that's within reason. There is a lot you can probably do with recoil. You could make the M416 kick like a mule and the M16 have no recoil like the ACR from Modern Warfare 2. But I hope you get what I'm trying to say here. And this is an issue that extends to all genres that have a series in them. The Elder Scrolls, Final Fantasy, Pokemon. But gamers have a need for patterns, I guess, and when those patterns are broken, either by the developer or by a mod, or by whatever it is they're players are playing, the core fan base, for the most part, gets really, really unhappy. Because they don't want it to change. They like the game they played as a kid. They like the game that defined their early gaming history, be it as a kid or as an adult. And while I think that designers have to stride that fine line between innovation and convention, I wish that we as consumers were a little more lenient when it comes to those things.